So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So, time for some showcase of the new Doflamingo and Crocodile again, and I got two teams to showcase. First, I have a team using double Doflamingo and Crocodile Captain, where we make very good use of their swap ability. And the second team will be a team where I use Doffy and Crocodile as a sub, which is probably their main intended usage. And there we can benefit from their special to buff other buffs by quite a bit. One thing I learned while testing this unit, like when you read the special, it reads like that, let's say you don't have full HP, you have a bit less than full HP, it sounds like you would probably still be able to use buff like one more special, because like basically you can buff 4 specials, every buff costs 25% HP. So my idea was that if you have 74% HP, you can buff 3 special and you're left with 1 HP. But nope, if you have 74% HP, you can only buff 2 specials. And honestly, that made me very down on this unit. Like, I don't know why they did that. Apparently there's been some bug in what special buffs you can buff further and such, but yeah. Anyway, let's focus on the team now. It has some units I've used, like I've used all of this before against Doffy too, but maybe not together. Like, it doesn't look like a strong team, so I think that's pretty cool to showcase that they can carry a team that doesn't look that great on paper. And yeah, big deal with this team was to set up the swaps. This is close to a no stall team. I need to stall 1 turn, but that's pretty good considering how this team looks. But yeah, we do use some cool combinations with their super swap. Their super swap removes 3 turns of special bind. So by using the super swap, I can still use Idio, since he does resist a few turns of special bind. So that gets me the block orb manip. That also gives me a chain lock for next stage, so I can ignore that or avoid that debuff you get if you don't have a chain lock. And we also make some good use of Crocodile being a quick unit here to get the damage we need, because the only buff we had was a chain lock. That's another small weakness with this unit. Like, the swap isn't bad, but it's just orb manip and utility. A lot of swaps nowadays also gives you some sort of buff, and like even a weak 1.3 times buff that you can remove will have been a big deal for this unit, I'd say. And yeah, Sugar is mainly used because she resists paralysis in her sailors. We can ignore that. But pretty nice here to give us some extra damage on this stage, since yeah, we don't do enough damage here without any buffs. But yeah, on this stage we can showcase another part of Crocodile and Doffy, which is that they can change all orbs to int with their super swap. Usually they give you matching orbs with the super swap, but we got the negative orb debuff which prevents that. But we do have the Katarina Devon, which has a sailor ability that makes int matching for all driven units. Pretty dope. And yeah, I'm not talking about Akainu yet, but he's pretty key here. We have an all color team, which is another reason I use some of these units, just to get all colors. And with Akainu, with all colors, we can get that burn conditional to full immunity, which is super strong. And he also removes death up on 2 stages. And we've saved Katarina Devon for this stage. She only removes 4 turns of damage reduction, which is too little, but we do have the rare recruit Fuji support on Akainu. So the team comes pretty well together. Only stage I struggle on is this stage against Diamante, because I don't have any buffs. Another issue is that Idio won't be ready even if I kill in a turn, so this is basically involuntary stalling, so to say. Like, we don't have a choice but to stall. But we will hit Diamante low at least, and that will give us enough damage to kill him next turn, because he will apply a bad chain lock to us, so we won't do that much damage, but at that low HP it's no problem. Sadly, we did take some damage from him. This means that we won't be able to buff that many units, which is or buff many other buffs, which is sad. But we still do well enough damage, so not too bad. We won't be getting an ore boost because Sugar is 15 seed or something for some reason. Very dumb. It's not like she's very good either with her special. But yeah, we do have some color affinity. We will have a chain lock from Idio, also handles the block orbs. Akainu will give us a burn conditional through full immunity. Not that it matters in this instance, I guess. We can also move him up to captain, and since we have all colors, we get a bit stronger captain than solo form, Doflamingo and Crocodile. But yeah, I must say the animation, it's pretty sweet, not going to lie. Still one of the weirdest legends released, I'd say. I can't imagine many people saying, oh, I definitely want a Crocodile and Doflamingo legend. Like, no, not really. And yeah, it doesn't really matter what we buff here. Like, it's very similar whatever we buff here in terms of extra damage. And yeah, now we just take them out. Crocodile and Doffy as captain also can add some resistance when they hit with matching orb. Crocodile will use cerebral resistance and Doflamingo driven resistance. So for a driven team, you mainly want to get that Doffy resistance. And obviously in duo form, you get both. But yeah, now a Mihawk team. And as I said, the goal with this team is to just make the buffs even stronger with Crocodile. So I'm using a very strong legend that is still very strong, but doesn't see that much use right now, which is the Straw Hat Pirates. Their special is still really good. And yeah, by using them again as captain, I remember that their captain is also pretty good. And obviously they have a good final tap. So yeah, I had fun using them again. Not the best speedrun captains, so we will have to take our time a bit. But yeah, the main reason I want to use the Straw Pyro was that Crocodile can let you buff 4 different of your buffs even further. So with Straw Pirates we can instantly get 4 buffs with their special, and we're not allowed to add any more buffs after that, but we can make their buffs stronger. So in that way they are pretty interesting pairing with Doflamingo Crocodile, especially if you just want that little bit of extra damage. As for the rest of the units, Lin as always, amazing for stage 4 here. Lucky Rube and Beckman will be able to add a chain boundary, because chain locks aren't considered buffs, so we can add them despite having used Straw Pirates. And they also have Berry Pan, so we will need to rely on Lucky Rube and Beckman to take out Doffy here. And it's not easy to take out him out with a non-Psy unit, but yeah, we're going to have some pretty strong buffs here. And Rayleigh we're saving for final stage. So yeah, Doflamingo Crocodile again. So the normal buffs get like a plus 0.25, so not the biggest deal. Chain locks and boundaries get plus 0.5, I think, which is actually good. I think that's the best of the buffs they can give. But we don't have any of those buffs here, so. And you see we got a plus on all of them, so they're going to be pretty strong now. That chain boundary, and then use Luffy Crew again, so we can extend them. So now we keep their super charged up buffs for yet another turn. And we only have 1 special left, but with all these buffs we don't need anything else than Reach Rayleigh. So yeah, basically final stage here has all defensive effects. Basically we have the Death Up, Damage Threshold, Rainbow Shield, you name it. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun to use Rayleigh here, because in 1 special he handles all of the debuffs except for Death Up, but we can use Hawk in support for that. So we half the defense now, and I just believe that with my super buffed that will be enough damage, and it is. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.